In this tutorial, you will learn everything you need to start using Midjourney for creating AI art. In the first part, I will show you how to set up an account on Discord for using Midjourney. In part 2, we will explore the Midjourney subscription plans. In part 3, I will teach you the basic options for generating images. After completing this, you will be ready to start creating stunning AI art. So let's jump directly into part 1 and create a Discord account for using Midjourney. First, let's go to the Midjourney website. Click on Join the Beta. This will automatically take us to the Discord website. Discord is an app that uses a concept called servers to build communities with common interests and to collaborate using audio, video, and chatting. In Discord, Midjourney has its own server or space where users can collaborate, create images, and get support. If you already have a Discord account, then click on this, enter your username and password to log in. Assuming you don't have an account, we go back to create an account. Here we will give the username. For example, I have chosen the username CyberneticsCS. Click continue. Then we enter the date of birth and press done. Now the final step is to enter the email and password for the Discord account. Then click on claim account. You will see the following screen. Now it's telling us to download the Discord desktop app. Discord has a desktop app both for Windows and Mac. We can either download the app or we can use the Discord app in a web browser. For this tutorial, we will use the web app. So let's quickly confirm the email address. We will land on this page. Now we click continue to Discord. This will bring us to the home screen in Discord. We want to join the Midjourney server on Discord. This button on the left side is for the Midjourney server. We will click it to enter the Midjourney server. If you click on any of the new buys channels, they contain feeds for images that are being generated constantly for other users. You can have a look at these channels to get inspiration for creating your own images. In Discord, we are communicating with Midjourney through the Midjourney bot to perform desired tasks. All Midjourney commands starts with a /. Midjourney is no longer offering a free trial. Let's have a look at the subscription plans. For this, we will enter the subscribe command in any of the new buys channels. The Midjourney bot will reply with a message containing link to subscription plans. Click on Manage Account. They have different monthly and yearly subscription plans. To start with, I would suggest taking a monthly plan, and afterwards you can always decide on a yearly plan. We have two choices, a basic plan and a standard plan. In the basic plan, you get 3.3 hours of GPU time and can generate approximately 200 images, while in the standard plan, you get 15 hours of GPU time and around 900 images generation. However, the exact number will depend on the options you will use for creating images. If you want to explore and experiment, then the standard plan is a good option. So now after we have subscribed, we go back to Discord. In Discord, we can create our own server and invite the Midjourney bot to our server. The benefit of creating a server is that we have all our images generated in one place and we can track them easily. We click on the plus button for creating a server. Select create my own and then click on for me and my friends. We give the server name and press create. Now we are in our new server. Now we can invite the Midjourney bot to our server. For this, click on the Midjourney server and just right click on the Midjourney bot in any of the new buys channel. Select the option add to server and select the server name in the drop down or type it. Press continue, authorize the bot. Click on this to go to your server. Now we have gone through everything needed to start using Midjourney. So let's start creating images. We will be using the Midjourney model version 5.2 released in June. Imagine is the command used to interact with the Midjourney bot for generating images. After this command, you can specify any word, concept, or a short text description. The text written after the imagine command is called a prompt. Let's write our first prompt. That is, a cat climbing a tree, hyper-realistic. Whenever we give the first imagine command, we will be required to accept the terms of services for using Midjourney. So we accept it. It needs to be done only once. Midjourney will start processing our command and generate the image. So Midjourney processed our command and produced these images. Now let's create another image. A butterfly flying in a garden, photorealistic. Okay, image is ready. There are two rows of buttons under the images generated. The re-roll button at the end of the first row is for regenerating the images. This will happen if we think the images generated are not what we are looking for. So let's rerun the prompt and click on re-roll button. Midjourney generates unique images no matter how many times you give the same prompt. So we see the result is different from last time. We can rerun the job until we get what we want. As we can see, the Midjourney by default produces a grid of 4 images. They are numbered from 1 to 4. The buttons U1 to U4 were used for upscaling and separating the images. Now starting from version 5, the images are generated with a resolution of 1024 by 1024. So no upscaling is done. Let's say I want to have the image number 2 separated, so then I will press on U2 to separate it from the image grid, and if we want we can open it in a browser and save it for later use. Like the reroll button, if we think one of the grid images is closer to what we wanted but it's still not exactly what we want, we can then press these buttons labeled with prefix V to rerun the prompt to get a variation that has a similar style and composition to the chosen image. Let's say I want to have a variation of image number 3. Let's select V3 and see what Midjourney does. So we can see that Midjourney has now created images which are similar to our image we selected previously. And all of these images themselves look alike. If you notice, the images are scarce, but normally we want to have images in different sizes according to our needs. For example, our television and YouTube are norm in landscape format, while apps like Instagram and Pinterest work better with portrait. Midjourney lets us specify the height and width of an image using a parameter called aspect ratio. For example, for a landscape image, the aspect ratio is 16 to 9, and for a portrait, it will be 9 to 16. Let's generate a landscape image. A butterfly flying in a garden, photorealistic, AR, that is the parameter aspect ratio, 16:9. And let's generate a portrait version of the same image. A butterfly flying in a garden, photorealistic, AR 9:16. You can experiment with the aspect ratio parameter according to your requirements. Sometimes we want to create images where we do not want to have some specific things present in our image. To cater to that, Midjourney provides us the parameter no. For example, I want to have an image of a tray with fruits, but I do not want to have apples in it. So I will give this prompt, a tray with fruits, no apples. As we can see, the image contains no apples. Let's try the same prompt without no parameter. Now we can see that the apples are there in the image. If we want to have less details in our images, we can use the quality parameter. Its default value is 1. The other valid values are 0.25, zero point 0.5 and 1. The quality parameter has no effect on the resolution of the image. An image of lower quality will be generated fast, and sometimes it can be what is desired due to artistic requirements like for the creation of abstract art. Let's check out this with our prompt. An aeroplane flying over a city. Quality 0.25. we can see the images are not that detailed, and sometimes this is what we want. For generating images which are more artistic, we use the parameter stylize. Its value can be specified between 0 and 1000. The default value is 100. A low stylization value would generate images that resemble the prompt more closely, whereas higher values would produce artistic images that are less related to the prompt. Let's generate an image with a value of 1000. That means we want to give Midjourney the artistic freedom as much as possible. An aeroplane flying over a city, stylize 1000. You can experiment with different values for your prompts. If we want to generate images which can be used for fabrics, wallpapers, or textures, we can easily design them using Midjourney. For example, I want to have a wallpaper design having flowers. The parameter used for that is called tile. Let's give this prompt. Flowers, tile. It produces quite good results. Now coming to the final part of the tutorial. In your prompts, you can write simple words to get what you want. Just try with whatever you know or can think of. For example, I want to have a pencil-made sketch of a 30-year-old man. I will simply add the word pencil sketch to get what I want. Let's experiment with this. A 30-year-old man, pencil sketch. So now it has generated a pencil sketch. What we have done was a basic introduction to Midjourney and how to start using it. If you want to learn more options, I recommend checking the official documentation on the Midjourney website. That is https://docs.midjourney.com. And on the internet, you will find a ton of information about each aspect of writing prompts in detail to get all what you need. I wish you all the best in your journey to explore Midjourney. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you won't miss our future videos.